Hi, John Gindick here. I've been teaching harmonica, 40, 50, 100 years, long, long time. I realize every once in a while that the most important thing to teach anyone are the basics. The basics of tone, of timing, of feeling, and fancy riffs with lots of notes and stuff like that. I think that discourages folks, especially if they get into it too soon. So this is going to be a real basic thing of showing you the way I teach and the basic riffs that you start with, and then how you can mold them to any kind of music. And this is what I came up with back, whenever I wrote those books back in the 70s, of just these few simple riffs that you can then use and expand upon without having to get all heavy-duty music theory and all this stuff. I mean, there's a place for music theory, but it's certainly not at the beginning of harping. All right, so without further ado, one of the most important skills of harmonica playing, because there's a few, is to be able to get good tone and a good single note, in my opinion. And there's a couple of ways to do it. There's a lip block way, there's a tongue block way, it's probably the U block way. It doesn't matter. Get the way that works for you. I do a lip block mostly. And then when I want to, when I'm playing that kind of music, I might do a tongue block. I like the sound of the lip block better than the tongue block. People say it's thinner. It depends who's playing it. If you play it the way I teach you to play it, it's absolutely not thinner. It's very, 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 very rich and wonderful. And so on that note, if you do tongue block, still, or any block, it still applies that you want to have the harmonica as far back, as close to your larynx, your throat as possible. And then to start your single note, you use the K consonant. Now, a lot of people fudge on this. It's anti-intuitive, the idea of inhaling your air through this consonant. You don't do it on all the notes, but you do it on the two draw so that you feel the pressure, the air, the explosion. Back there, back in your throat. That's lip blocking. That's tongue blocking. Okay, so you want that kind of tone. Now, the first riff then that you would learn and apply this good tone to is what I call the up riff. And it's two draw. You slide to three draw. You reverse your breath so you're blowing and slide to four draw. Four blow and four draw. Two draw, three draw. Four blow, four draw. Now listen to how the four draw wails. It creates tension. That's your target note. That's where you're trying to go. Now, I'm creating this musical tension on the four draw. I call it a wailing note in my non-musical nomenclature. And I'm just going to stay on it and listen to how the tension builds and grows. What do you want? You want me to resolve it. And that's the down riff going back to the two draw, that home bass. So I play the up riff. A little bit of tension, right? The down riff is four draw, four blow, three draw, two draw. It's two riffs in this instance. You want that pause in between to create that musical tension. What comes next? Oh, that came next. Got it? All right. So this lick, get good at it. Get it in your muscle memory using the good tone. Now, I just want to clear something up. I say use this K consonant, but I don't mean go on every note. Try and get it so you've got a 2 draw, you slide into the 3 draw, holding that same breath. So I didn't go, I went, and then get good. Take time on this of going from 3 draw to 4 blow smoothly. Not only will it be a riff when you isolate it and use it in a different context, but this is so essential to reverse your breath as you move the harmonica. And it takes a little bit of consciousness and time. I remember specific times in my harmonica playing learning career when I would just work on the tiniest little thing. You know, another one for your tone is people play and, you know, they try to express their emotions with their lips. But as I teach you, express it with your throat, okay? So what people do is go, and this upper lip comes down, they bring the harmonica in too low, and they're always dealing with that kind of... And so simply by pushing, correcting it in the opposite way, pushing the harmonica on your upper lip, push it up a little bit. So you take the pressure, that downward pressure, off the harmonica when you do these licks. Now, you can get so you can just jam all day long, whatever tempo you want, in this musical box. It holds 2 draw through 4 draw. You can just stay on the 2 draw once you get the rhythm. See how much fun you can have just on the 2 draw and the 3 draw. So, and the 4 draw. So you want to get this riff up, down, and then add, it's not hard, the 4 draw surprise. 4 draw, 4 blow, 3 draw to 4 draw. Creates tension. Now, something that you might try is what I just did there, the slide in. Say I want to play the down riff. Okay, I'm going to slide into the 4 draw. If I wanted to, I could slide into every note. Get used to the idea of the harmonica as a horizontal instrument. Now, one mistake that guys make, especially in the Zoom lessons, is they put their elbows on the table, and then they're going like they're with their heads instead of moving the harmonica. Please break that habit of moving your head instead of the harmonica and a little bit of this when you move it, when you move from one hole to the other. So don't go holding it steady. It just makes you all tight and messes you up. Instead, get this going. Look at the way I wiggle my jaw a little bit and swivel on my lip. Now you might find you want to combine things, you know. There's no one thing. I mean, we can talk, we can do things far more complicated with our lips and our mouth and our jaws than play harmonica. And so if we can do these more complicated things, which are combinations of things, you can most certainly and should apply it all. Apply all the tools of language and swallowing and eating and drinking, everything to in here, and just kind of meld it to the sound, what feels the best. As far as how much air you should put in, imagine a pipeline filled with water, and it takes 100, that pipeline, the capacity is 100 per square inch, 100 pounds per square inch. Okay, so here comes that water. Shh. Don't play harmonica that way. Play with that pipeline half filled. That lets you get louder and softer, and people want to know where their vibrato is. The vibrato is in having more power than you need. So you've got this pressure in your body, but not that much air. Okay, so those licks once again. All right, so now I'm going to play a little guitar for you, and I'm going to demonstrate how those licks will fit right in. All right, so see, I'm going to back this up so those of you who are interested, if I can make this work here. Okay. Boy, I get out of tune so quickly at high altitude. I'm up in a place called June Lake in eastern California, 7,500 feet high. Okay, so just give kind of a little demo here. Here's the up riff. Come on. Keep doing it. Oh, yeah. Sounds good. Down riff. Come on. Oh yeah, you sound great. Now I'm going to try the 4-draw surprise. gonna stay on the 2-draw. Okay, so let's just take these licks, and what I'm going to do is play different kinds of chord progression to it. Like, here's the way the up riff and the down riff sound on the G chord. Here's the way they sound on the A minor chord. Here's the way it sounds on the C chord. Here's the way it sounds on the D chord. Anyway, I think that's about enough for today. I'll just end it up with a little jam. And let's call this lesson 1, because I got more I want to tell you after you've had a chance to work with this one. You know, and if you like what I'm doing, please send me an email. I'd love to get you on my newsletter and my Facebook and the communications that I do. I love teaching harmonica, playing harmonica. I'm also a singer-songwriter, and really appreciate your patronage and love. All right, here's a little more. Oh, I got books and CDs for sale. Country and Blues Harmonica for the Musically Hopeless. Which teaches you the basic stuff that I've been teaching you so far. Now, in the next lesson, we're going to go over bending. I'm going to teach you the simple, effortless way to bend. But first, you got to have a really good embouchure. All right, let's do a little up and down riff. It's all 4-draw. 4-draw is a great note. There was no bending in any of that. All right, see you next time, guys and gals and children. Thank you very much.
A boy called Walter was walking the road, playing harp all the time. 10 holes were his closest friend, and he played for nickels and dimes. He made it to Chicago town, muddy slide guitar. He gripped that mic, kept it tight, took that sound so far. He was born to wail. Little town called Helena, Arkansas, radio KFFA. King Biscuit Flour Hour broadcasting every day. The host was Willie Rice Miller, but he called himself Sonny Boy. He wrote and he sang and he blew that axe to the whole damn Delta's joy. He was born to wail. Sonny Boy, Sonny Terry, Big Walter, Little Walter, Jimmy Reed, and Howard Ward. like them, I'm gonna keep wailing, wailing till the day I drop. 'Cause while I'm chucking, there just ain't nothing that can make the music stop. I was born to wail. My lips. Instead of crying, I took a breath. Then I played a few licks. The doctor started dancing, and the nurse did the hoochie coo. Mama looked at me, wailing away. She said, "Good Lord, who are you?" I was born to wail. Dreamt that I died late last night. Went to a place in the neon light. It was juke joint heaven and my pals were there. You could play all night and nobody cared. Little Walter George Smith for Sonny Boy 2 all got up on that stage and blew. In walked Cotton with Paul DeLay. Up in the lights, Muddy was playing. Sonny and Brownie were having a drink. It was all so real, you could hear the ice clink. Big Mama Thornton, Chris Michalak too. All the legends and guys that I knew. All of a sudden, it was my time to play. For some crazy reason, I wasn't afraid. I played my songs, they stomped and they cheered. Of course, I might have been the weed and I might have been the beer. That old Rush Miller, big as a tree, said, "Son, you play good, but not as good as me. Son, you play good, but not as good as me. Son, you play good, but not as good as me." Alarm clock ringing with a swinging sound. I woke up, there was no one around. Grabbed my harp and I started to play, 'cause